Were you at all intimidated by the idea of perhaps having to banish Taylor Swift's future mother?
The Swift-Kelce universe is moving faster than Taylor on a fully cranked treadmill. First up, the Traitors cast is allegedly sweating bullets at the thought of Donna Kelce showing up. Because let's be real, nobody wants to get publicly humbled, ratioed, and emotionally destroyed by Swifties with Wi-Fi and time.
Worried about the Swifties, what they'll do if we... So that's quite fun. It's another added layer.
Then Taylor casually drops that she runs 8 miles per Eras tour show, and the running community instantly goes full true crime mode, pulling out calculators, dissecting stage layouts, and treating it like a federal investigation instead of cardio.
Things hard when you're scaling a stage that goes the entire length of an NFL stadium. I think I run like 8 miles.
And the wins just keep stacking. Taylor kicks off 2026 on top, leading the iHeartRadio Music Awards with 9 nominations, because of course she does. Meanwhile, Travis finds himself in hotter water as old praise of Rashee Rice resurfaces amid some very serious allegations. Proof that the internet never forgets and loves a messy flashback. And if that wasn't enough, insiders are whispering that Taylor and Travis might casually pop up at the Australian Open next, because why not turn tennis into a global Swiftie event? Now, picture this. You're on the Traitors, a show where smiling at someone at breakfast usually means you're plotting their downfall by dinner. The vibes are paranoid, alliances are fake, and trust is basically a myth. Then suddenly, Donna Kelce walks in. Yes, that Donna, mom to Travis and Jason Kelce, America's favorite football sons, and, according to the internet, Taylor Swift's future mother-in-law. At that point, the game isn't just about identifying traitors, it's about surviving a potential Swiftie-led digital apocalypse. Season 4 drops on Peacock January 8th, and insiders say the celebrity cast has been spiraling ever since Donna entered the castle. Not because she's intimidating, apparently she's the nicest person there, but because voting her out feels like trying to cancel Christmas in front of 300 million people. Contestants keep whispering about the same nightmare scenario. What if Donna gets targeted? Because Swifties might literally spawn out of thin air and start delivering emotional damage in crystal clear 4K. Alan, the host and full-time chaos conductor, reportedly finds the whole thing hilarious. He noticed the cast bringing it up non-stop, turning it into an extra layer of suspense. Not just who is the traitor, but who is brave enough to even suggest Donna Kelce should go. Because that, my friends, is basically the entertainment equivalent of stepping on a Lego barefoot.
Thing is, a lot of I wasn't, but the contestants, the players, talk about it quite a lot. Right. So that's quite fun. It's another added layer of...
Meanwhile, Donna is just being endearingly human. She reportedly admitted early on that she felt a little weird, which might be the most relatable thing ever said on a show where grown adults dramatically accuse each other over breakfast like it's an Olympic event. Still, some contestants, including Real Housewives legend Caroline Stanbury, were allegedly intimidated by the sheer pop culture force field surrounding Donna. And the cast is stacked. Lisa Rinna, Dominda Medley, Portia Williams, Colton Underwood, Stephen Colletti, and Monet Exchange. Heavy hitters across the board. Yet Donna is the one radiating unmistakable don't touch her unless you want smoke energy, purely because of her Swift connection. On the Traitors, people are acting like they're defusing a bomb anytime her name comes up. But meanwhile, in another corner of the Swift universe, Taylor Swift is casually dropping fitness lore that has runners clutching their water bottles like it's a crime scene. In her Disney Plus documentary series, Taylor pulls back the curtain and reveals that during every single Eras Tour show, she runs about 8 miles. And the running community did not respond with a calm, nice. Absolutely not. They went full detective mode. Because runners don't hear a number like that and nod politely. They hear it and immediately start doing spreadsheet math with the intensity of a NASA launch.
Things hard when you're scaling a stage that goes the entire length of an NFL stadium.
The doc shows Taylor admitting she's never worked out this much in her life. And honestly, same. Except my version of working out is walking to the fridge and convincing myself it counts as cardio.
Never worked out this much in my life. It's
The doc shows Taylor admitting she's never worked out this much in her life. And honestly, same. Except my version of working out is walking to the fridge and convincing myself it counts as cardio.
Morning, go there, do a full run through in the stadium, which I'm really excited about with costumes.
Now, here's where the chaos really gets fun. A bunch of running nerds immediately start debating whether 8 miles per show is even physically possible. One outlet did the math and pointed out that if Taylor's stage is about the length of a football field, roughly 120 yards, she'd have to run end-to-end around 118 times to hit 8 miles. That's basically a sprint every 3 minutes for over 3 hours. At that point, it's less a concert and more a Navy SEAL obstacle course, with costume changes. And don't get it twisted. Taylor moves. Anyone who's seen clips knows she's dancing, strutting, power walking like she's late to a tea party, and occasionally doing that light jog that says, "I'm performing, but also please note that I'm athletic." Still, the more realistic estimate is probably closer to 5 or 6 miles, which is still unhinged when you remember she's doing it while singing live and serving face. I get winded answering the phone. Taylor Swift, meanwhile, still has enough oxygen left to casually collect 9 shiny new iHeartRadio Music Awards nominations like it's a Tuesday errand between rehearsals and world domination. Yep, only a few days into 2026 and she's already deep in full main character mode, leading the pack with the most nods at the iHeartRadio Music Awards. 9 total. Because apparently, Taylor collects nominations the way the rest of us collect unopened emails. The nominations dropped Thursday via iHeartMedia and Fox Entertainment, and the list basically screams, "Taylor is still everywhere. Hope you packed snacks." She's up for the heavy hitter categories like Artist of the Year and Song of the Year, plus Pop Artist and Pop Song, you know, the ones where your aunt suddenly becomes a professional music critic. And it doesn't stop there. She's also dominating the fan-voted categories, which is essentially handing Swifties the keys to a tank and saying, "Drive carefully." And we all know Swifties don't drive carefully. They drive with purpose. Now, she's not totally alone at the top. Bad Bunny, Sabrina Carpenter, and Alex Warren are right behind her with 8 nominations each, which is impressive, but also feels like showing up to a race where Taylor already sprinted 3 laps and waved to the crowd. Still, it's a solid mix of established chart monsters and newer names who had huge moments in 2025. The vibes are inclusive. Everyone's invited, even if Taylor's hosting. At the center of her nominations is her massive 2025 era, with The Fate of Ophelia popping up everywhere like an undefeated champion. It dominated charts and went viral nonstop, which is just a polite way of saying you could not escape this song even if you moved into a lighthouse. Meanwhile, Travis Kelce is dealing with a very different kind of viral moment, the kind where your old quotes resurface like an unwanted on-this-day memory from 2012. Comments Travis made last season praising Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice have reemerged at the worst possible time, following serious domestic violence allegations posted to social media by Rice's ex-girlfriend, Dakota Jones. She shared a lengthy statement and 14 photos showing bruises, cuts, damage inside her home, and torn clothing. While she didn't name Rice directly, the internet did what it does best and connected the dots at Wi-Fi speed. The Chiefs responded later that night with a brief statement saying they're aware of the allegations and are in communication with the NFL. Almost immediately, fans dug up a clip from October 2025 when Rice was nearing a return from a 6-game suspension tied to that multi-car crash on a Dallas highway in May 2024. At the time, Travis publicly supported Rice, calling him a good person, praising his work ethic and generosity, and rooting for him to move past the off-field chaos. That support even showed up visually, with Chiefs players warming up in Free 4 shirts, referencing Rice's jersey number. That earlier legal situation is now back in the spotlight, too. In July 2025, Rice was sentenced to 30 days in jail and 5 years of probation after pleading guilty to 2 third-degree felony charges related to the crash, along with more than $115,000 in restitution for victims' medical expenses. And finally, in a completely different lane of celebrity chaos, Taylor and Travis might be trading NFL stress for tennis glam. Insiders say Tennis Australia is shooting its shot rom-com style, officially inviting the couple to attend the Australian Open in Melbourne. Honestly, can you blame them? Taylor and Travis are basically a walking headline. The timing works, too. Kelce's season is over after the Chiefs' disappointing run, meaning he finally has a weekend free from football, ice baths, and emotionally processing game tape. The tournament kicks off January 18 at Melbourne Park, and while there's no official yes yet, organizers are optimistic. The Australian Open is already known as the most tennis meets Hollywood meets chaos Grand Slam. Wimbledon is classy. Roland Garros is artsy. The Australian Open says, bring your sunglasses, your celebrity friends, and your best thirst trap outfit. Organizers even hinted that with Kelce out of the playoffs, the door is wide open, name-dropping past NFL attendees like Joe Burrow and Micah Parsons, who soaked in the vibes last year like they were born to sip fancy drinks courtside and pretend they understand tennis strategy. And even if Taylor and Travis don't show, this year's guest list is already giving red carpet with rackets. Opening day includes the set-in-style dinner, basically the Australian Open's social flex, with names like Olympic swimming champ Ariana Titmus, broadcaster Carrie Bickmore, fashion figure Nadia Bartel, and TV legend Carrie Ann Kennelly. Sources also whisper that actor Eric Bana could attend the men's final, and the Veronicas might pop up at the women's championship, because why not turn a Grand Slam into a concert too? That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.
I think I run like 8 miles.